guys, it's Rebecca Brissett. In today's video, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I want to try and do like some little series and stuff where like for several days in a row, I'll be posting looks that are like, say, like Kelly Gooch, she did like a whole week of like bold lips and then a whole week of like nude lips and things like that. So I figured I would take something similar to that and do a palette that has colorful shades but do neutral shades or do neutral looks with it. That way, if you like color but can't wear it to work kind of thing, that way you can look at what palettes I own and get an idea of, okay, well, she did this look with these shades and that turned out really nice, or I like that. So I won't be like sticking with the same look for each eye, but since this one has a whole bunch of like neutral shades and stuff in it, I'm also going to be including like pop effects where you only use like a pop of color somewhere, but it's not going to be like, you know, loud and in your face. I do have other palettes that I was thinking of using, like this one here. It only has a couple of neutral shades in it, so this one is also on like the list of maybes. The Virgo palette is mainly neutrals, so this will be like a perfect palette because it only has like a couple of pops of colors. But I have other palettes that are like the Fairy Lights palette that are very colorful, but people are like, if you're too scared or too intimidated to use color, this is a way that you can use these colorful palettes and get more use out of the color. You just got to think a little bit outside the box. So I'm going to be doing two different looks. I'm going to go ahead and get started with the first one. I'm taking the shade Bliss right here, and I'm going to put it right here. And I do have concealer on my eyelids, and nothing is set. And I do have like blush, bronzer, highlight, brows, lip color, that kind of stuff done already, so it saves time. And I'm going to go into Muse. Because it's a dark shade, I'm like slowly building it. I have a tendency to get intimidated by darker shades. All right, I'm going to be using a combination of a wet brush and my finger. I think I'm going to take this Sultry shade right here. It's like a gold or a copper. Looks gold in the pan. Actually, I don't think I even need the wet brush. Put that one down. I'm going to take this Darling shade right here and put this on my inner corner. And right up underneath the front of my lower lash line. And just a hint on my brow bone. I don't know how many people wear shimmer shades up there, but I like to because I have naturally full brows and they're arched. Now comes the fun part. I do have this side of the brush wet. It is an angled liner brush. Now, in order to get away with color on this eye, there's a trick. I'm going to take probably this Divine shade. It's like a navy blue. And I'm going to put it upper and lower lash line. This is where the pop effect comes in. Instead of using a black eyeliner, use an eyeshadow. And now I have a little baby wing. Now for mascara. And then this neutral eye look with a pop of color is done for this side. And just looking at, I used Bliss, Muse, Sultry, Darling, and Divine. So I did use quite a bit of shades. Just with this one look, you're looking at 5 shadows. Now, with if you're like looking for like a minimalist approach to it, then you could probably skip using Muse. But again, I think that kind of makes the outer corner, and my mascara is all over my face. The downside to having long lashes. All right, I'm going to come closer, zoom you guys in, and let you guys get a really good look at this eye, and then I'll move on to the next one. I will also be splitting these up into like individual videos for Instagram as well. All right, now on to look number 2. I'm going into the precious shade, which is like a mauve. Taking a wet brush, I'm going into that Darling shade that I used on the other eye in the inner corner. Now, for the pop effect, I'm going to take my finger into this Enchanting shade, which is like a purplish silver. It's almost the same color as my nail polish. And I'm just pressing it on the outer edge of my eye and then blending it into that Darling shade. And you will have a lot of fallout with this. It is a very, very glittery shadow. Now taking a Morphe 836, I'm going into that Muse shade that I used on the last eye. Just up underneath the bottom of my lower lash line. And going and meeting that up to the top. Just to kind of give that outer corner some depth. And then to blend. Now if you want to take that a little bit further, I'm going to go into this Adorn shade ever so lightly. And I'm going to drag it right into the center of my lower lash line. It is just a hint of pink. And I think I'm satisfied with this look, so I'm going to go ahead and throw some mascara on. Alright, now that eye look is done, I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in and give you a close-up of this eye as soon as I figure out what the heck is in it. So here we have at least 2 different neutral looks using a palette that could be considered colorful. On this side we have the pop of navy blue, and on the other side we have the purple lavender shade and the pink underneath the lash line. Now it all depends on what you guys consider colorful also, because to me, you know, wearing all gray shadows looks quite boring to me, and anything with that has any sort of pigment is considered colorful to me. But I know you have your like mauve neutrals, you have your brown neutrals, you have your warm brown neutrals, your cool brown neutrals. I mean, there's like so many different like facets of neutral makeup that you can do, because one of the reasons I didn't use this shade is because it's too warm. I could use like this entire row together and create one entire look. This black is more like a brown, like a dark ebony brown. So this is also cool toned. So you have this cool tone shade and then these 2 cool tone shades that you could probably pair with any of these 3, even though this shade is a little bit yellow. This is a good mix of warm and cool tones. So it all just depends on what you're looking for. But you could easily do a look with this row here minus the gleaming shade. That would definitely be your pop of color. But you could do a look with just Adorn Angelic Darling. You could do an entire look with this row here or this row here. But then you have these rows where there's definitely more color to them. So it really is personal preference. And so I'm really enjoying this Fairy Lights palette. I did a look with them with it yesterday as well. And I just edited the swatch video for this today. So I'm really enjoying this little palette. I will be doing more of these like 2 looks, 1 palette kind of neutral looks to do like 7 days worth of looks. So stay tuned for those. I will try and get them all like edited and uploaded like all in the same like week, give or take a day. I might do like 6 looks in a row and then another video, because what I'm planning on doing is, until I get all the swatch videos up, every Thursday I'll be posting a swatch video, whether it's an eyeshadow palette or something else. I will be posting swatches of, you know, different things on Thursdays. So that's probably the only day that might be different when I'm doing these series, and I'll try and do at least one of these a month, where you know, with 2020 being a brand new year, I want to try a few different things. I want to continue to use the things that I own and that I love, and get use out of things. I will continue to go through and do like shop my stashes, but I'm going to be doing them a little bit differently. I plan on doing some more declutters and things like that. So it's all in what is this whole new decade going to bring us, the kind of thing. Looking forward to the future. So hopefully you guys enjoy these 2 looks that are neutral with a pop of color. I'm Rebecca Oberstadt, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Have a fantastic day or night, wherever you are. Bye.